Hi everybody, old guy here, and the book today is Prince of Thorns, which is the first book of the Broken Empire series by Mark Lawrence. Oh no, not another YA fantasy about a poor orphan teenage peasant who finds out he's someone special, either the emperor or the chosen one or the son of a god. You know, the standard YA plot for the past 40 years or so. Ordinarily, I would not even give this a look, but it's a book that's made a lot of you gotta read this now lists, some of them by readers I respect, so okay, I added it to my own gotta read list, and there it languished because each time I approached Harry Potter and Katniss and Jess Brightwell and the whole brigade of earnest put-upon young'uns with something special beat me up and threw me to the curb. But eventually I picked it up and started reading. And about 3 paragraphs in, knew this was not some run-of-the-mill YA put-upon orphan boy story. Oh no, not at all. I mean, holy Hannah, a blood-drenched, murderous, barbaric, cruel and brutal, over-the-top gore fest that may or may not have any redeeming qualities to it at all. Definitely not YA. Not even mature YA. No one under 21 should read this. And if you do, be resolved to wading through bodies and crime and cruelty every other page or so. So what's this about? Well, the story centers on Horg, or George Ancrath, you pick your pronunciation, who is your typical 14-year-old murderous, psychopathic, sociopathic, self-absorbed teenager who thinks burning villages and raping all of the inhabitants is a good way to pass the time. He is the leader of a robber gang that shares his same sense of fun and collectively is very good at rape and arson and evisceration, so a good time is had by all. Every other page or so. Be prepared. Now, Horg, George, can be somewhat excused for his murderous habits. When he was a young boy, he was thrown into a particularly nasty thorn bush and watched as his mother was raped and dismembered and his younger brother ripped apart by soldiers of a rival kingdom. His dad, the king, did absolutely nothing about this atrocity, made an accommodation with the offending kingdom, in fact, and then married someone else and had children, displacing Horg as the heir apparent. Now, such treatment tends to make most children a bit surly, but Horg decides to take it to a whole new level, deciding at a very early age that he will take vengeance and restore his kingdom to its former glory, if he has to go through his loving father to do so. Let the mayhem begin. Now, Horg is a completely unsympathetic character, quite repulsive, and why you want to waste your time with such an unredeemable person is a matter of taste. Maybe you're into murder porn, I don't know. Except there's something much farther on in the book that gives one pause. Perhaps things aren't what they seem. For one, this isn't fantasy. It's sci-fi, which you don't get a clue about until about halfway through the book, and even then you might miss it. There are plenty of fantasy elements, including necromancers and wizardry, but the basis for all that is post-apocalyptic of the nuclear exchange kind, which may give you a different perspective. Doesn't change the overall ickiness of Horg and his world, but it mitigates. Not enough for me to continue with the trilogy, but at least I don't feel like I need a shower anymore. Old guy here. See you later.